A Manchester United fan once said to me, Curtis Jones is like our Phil Jones. But you know what I said? We are not the same, bro. Because my Jones, he scores braces, he scores goals, and he wins his matches. Hello and welcome to another review of of Liverpool matches from of the Indie Football Podcast with LFC Ahmedabad. I here have got Roshan Bhai and Vatsal Bhai. I'm pleased to have you here, guys. It's been a long while actually since we have done
Yeah,
this.
yeah.
So, Roshan bhai, thoughts on last night? कैसा रहा? What do you think? 7 wins in a row.
Uh, I mean, it feels it बहुत indifferent सा feeling है. Like it's not. I feel it is more like we deserve this as fans after what we have endured. It's not like okay, मतलब we had a really good season and then we are finishing off in a high. People are happy that we are finishing off on a high and stuff. But मेरे लिए ऐसा था कि I mean, this is what we were supposed to do from the start of the season, considering what last season we had. And so, in a way, felt good that we were playing really well. But the bigger feeling was it came too late. And then, जैसे 2 गोल गए मैं टेबल पे गया मैं बोला यार ultimately if every team wins their matches we'll still lose the spot by 1 point, and that would be
Yeah,
crazy that we've been losing titles by 1 point. We lose a Champions League spot by 1 point, so it's all our fault. It's all our doing. So then like वो reality check है हमारे लिए. But maybe if you just want to take the game in itself, I think yeah, if somebody came out of the grave or caves and saw this specific game without knowing Liverpool का क्या हालत था पूरा season, I think they would consider that Liverpool is the best team in Europe right now. मतलब that
absolutely.
level, because it was clinical. Man, I didn't see any mistakes to be honest. We were turned on. हम लोग our heads were in the game. We were making the right passes. I mean, even if we lost a few passes, we still were making forward passes. We were not playing passively. Aggression tha, and yeah, we always were there and abouts to score a goal. Like
Hmm.
3-0 is not a reflection of the scoreline. On a good day,
Uh,
this could have been a 6-0.
and absolutely. So, Vatsal bhai, as Roshan bhai said that that अब भी डर लग रहा है कि शायद top 4 में ना आ पाए. And but Doi here says the Champions League dream is life. I myself feel कि मुझे लगता है कि न्यूकासल sorry for the language but I feel कि न्यूकासल हक देगी when it's against Brighton. That's what I feel. But
If
that's just my gut feeling.
yeah, I mean, after Arsenal match, I feel like Brighton can do us that favor, but hope well, yeah,
Yeah.
we'll see.
क्या लगता है वत्सल भाई?
Uh, to just completely kill everyone's mood off, expecting Champions League football after the season we have had, and just with just 2 games remaining is kind of it's on us if we don't get it there. To be honest, I am
Yeah.
completely realistic in this point because it's something that is too little, too late. Yes, we have a theoretical chance of making into the top four. Granted, I will be happy if we get into the Champions League. I'll be
Okay.
happy if we get into the top four. But the thing is, there are like depending on others to get results in our favor is something that doesn't go down well with me, because in the end it should be us who should be there rather than depending on others to get us something we should have achieved on our own strengths rather than
Right.
relying on someone else's weakness. That's the
Right.
point. But yeah, I feel like even I मैंने तो अपने आप को मना ही लिया है कि we are going to finish fifth. We are not going to finish any higher. We are not going to finish any lower than fifth. Now the question why we are so happy and so looking forward to United slipping up, Newcastle slipping up is because of the points that is so less now. We are on a seven. The gap is so less. We are on a 7 match winning run. But
Yeah.
but let's be honest with you. Newcastle is at home against Brighton, and their home form has been decent, to say the least. So then when Newcastle win and against Brighton, that kills Liverpool fans' mood. I think that shouldn't be the case, because we were never expected to finish fourth, and now that we have been given this flicker of hope, and we should not hold on to that flicker for long. So like, I know I just killed everyone's mood in 45 seconds, but that's how things should be. We should have been there from the very beginning, instead of relying on other teams to get us there. Yes, I'll be happy we get there, but realistically, I will be fine if we finish. I won't be. That's what I'm trying to say. I won't be disappointed if we somehow finish fifth based on just 1 point or just goal difference, because in the end, that's on us. We
Acha.
didn't perform
Yeah.
well enough in the early stages, and that's the result
Does
of that.
does any of you watch The Office, the show?
I've seen
No,
Office, yeah.
Yeah, so
no,
I
I
was
have.
just thinking that, Vatsal like, and I'm not saying this about him, this is just a joke. That, it could be that, no, sorry, Brooklyn 99, I think it was.
Brooklyn 9.
The title of a sex tape, I think, How to Kill Anyone's Mood in
Yeah,
45
yeah,
Seconds.
yes, 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 yes.
So
That's
when
that's basic.
जब वत्सल बोल रहा था, I was thinking of so many perspectives of this specific thing, right? ठीक है.
I,
Okay, let's say if Liverpool, चलो, let's look at it in the context of Chelsea, ठीक है. First of all,
right.
Liverpool has given a very has answered the question where, like, does money help you build squads? Absolutely not. It is always the faith in the player and the squad that they can always do it. And with the right mentality, we have shown that, yes, I mean, we still have some things that we need to plug, but we don't have to go on a buying spree like 8 players for 8 years, pulling 10
Uh,
levers to make that happen. So that's one thing that we think. uh ठीक है, अगर if Liverpool qualifies for Champions League this way, I think there could be a chance where we lose our chance to upgrade our squad. Like FSG could go and say, like, "अरे, fourth तो आ गए, और क्या चाहिए था तुमको?" So it is better we finish fifth, so that fans are angry and we do get the reinforcements that we need. I mean, obviously counterintuitive, because apparently McAllister said that he wants to play Champions League, so he might go to United or Liverpool based on who finishes where. So that's another thing. And
Absolutely.
if you look at the history of Liverpool situation where the results have to go in their favor, it has never happened. Results have not gone in our favor ever. The biggest example was last time when we lost by a point. I think Brighton
I
scored
remember.
first. Brighton scored first, and we were like so happy, and we
No,
had
no,
to.
no. No, no, that was a
That
few
was
seasons
20,
back. Last season
2019.
was जब Aston Villa faced City.
Oh, right, right, Aston
मतलब
Villa.
ब्राइटन वाला, हाँ,
Yeah,
लास्ट सीजन was
yeah.
उससे पहले था ब्राइटन.
Go before that, na, that Vincent Company goal against Leicester City.
नसीब
हाँ,
यार.
I remember. I
पूरा
remember.
मैच कितना अच्छा. So I'm
कि-
saying एक तो लिवरपूल का नसीब in terms of having the results go in their favor is खराब. But to be
I
honest, I feel like Liverpool really needs a kick up their butt by not finishing fourth. Because now people will say कि ये जुगाड़ू squad चल जाएगी if you actually over. That's the problem with Liverpool, that they have always overachieved with a bunch of
fair
average
enough.
or better than average players, and that has basically not led to this renovation
Fair
or
enough.
people
Fair.
coming in. And so I think the fifth is
It,
important for us to just get that kick up the butt. But yeah,
absolutely.
they will have consequences of not being able to get good
हाँ.
players. But I
See,
I, I think we do
Vatsal
need
see,
bhai,
to
I'll come to
level.
I'll come to you, Vatsal bhai. Talking about players or above average players, a player who has maybe is finally maybe starting to coming into his own is Curtis Jones.
Curtis
मैंने
Jones.
शो के स्टार्ट में इसके बारे में बात की थी. तो वत्सल भाई, आपको क्या लगता है, like, do you see him as a long term solution for our midfield problem, or do you think he will be a squad player in the next season, or do you think he can cement his place?
see, the thing is, I feel like a lot of what happens next season relies on how these players carry their form into the preseason.
Fair.
Preseason is where next season's tactics and personnel, pecking order, and everything is probably decided. But he's got a good chance. Like, many Liverpool fans wrote him off completely this season,
Hmm.
and understandably so, to be honest with you. But he has shown glimpses of what potential we first saw him during a title season.
Hmm.
2019-20 was, I think, when he first broke into the squad. And I think the way he played against Leicester, particularly the way he played yesterday,
Oh,
I really
so
like.
good.
I like the
Uh,
way we finally saw a midfielder, bursting through the midfield and making those runs in the box. Sometimes we lack that. Not sometimes, a lot of time this season we lacked someone with that kind of energy who was able to make runs forward, expecting a forward or one of our fullbacks to find him. And these are the kind of runs we expect young and energetic players to make, and that's what Curtis Jones was doing yesterday. So I feel like he's got a really good opportunity to feature a lot more than what he has this season. Now now you asked me the question, will be a squad player or a nail down starter? I don't think he'll be either, to be honest with you. I don't think ba- now this is solely based on his current form. Okay, 3 goals in his last 4 matches, expecting he's going to score yet one or two more assists, probably, or not even that. Carries does something good in the next two
Too
matches.
matches.
I feel like he won't be someone who is thrown into the pitch for the final 10 minutes. I don't see him doing that. I see. Let's assume we are playing Europa League football. I see him featuring against the likes, these kind of teams like Steaua Bucharest, or these are the kind of teams you usually play in the Europa League, Partizan Belgrade and stuff like that.
Start padding.
Basically these kind of teams are good enough for semi-average players, above average players, like we have Curtis Jones le lo, Fabio Carvalho le lo, Costa Shimikas is well above that level, to be honest with you, but
Uh,
still I'm including him in this list as well. If we had Ryan Brewster, another example, these are the kind of players you usually should get games against these kind of opponents if we make it through to Europa League group stage, which we realistically are going to
yeah,
play. I think
Deepai says
yeah,
Deepai.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, he says
Carabao Cup, FA
he
Cup.
can the Carabao Cup, FA Cup, and
So I feel like, yeah, that's the reason. That's the kind of role I see him playing next season. I know I'm extending a lot. I'll just make one more point. I don't think his form is going to affect whatever players we sign in the summer. I don't see him. His suddenly, oh, he's played 3 good games. Let's not buy Alexis McAllister. I don't see that happening. I know
fair.
people have been against FSG a lot on social media, Twitter and stuff. I'm not one of those people, unfortunately. I still believe we are going to get our designated, whatever we the board hierarchy have planned. I don't see any of the form. I don't see us blinding by 7 wins,
Fair enough.
and yeah,
Sorry about that. I get it. And Deepai says that keeping no hopes alive for top four. See,
yeah.
honestly, if
Basically,
I
what I
have to
said.
give, even honestly feel that although it's very tough, but then it's the hope that kills you. And I'm happy
Yeah,
that with the form Liverpool showed this season, at least
Hmm.
we have some hope at the end of the season. Because honestly, मुझे ये लगा नहीं था कि season के end में भी we would be having hopes. And talking about hopes, Roshan bhai,
Hmm.
Trent Alexander-Arnold. I know we have talked about him at length, but what form is he showing and what a free kick. I know we have seen that routine before. एक बहुत अच्छे कीपर्स ने सेव भी किया है, एक बार हेंडरसन ने भी सेव किया है ना? So like what do you think about that free kick? And do you think that Alexander Arnold is slowly and steadily turning into one of the best footballers in the world?
It is just all, it's so weird that uh, I think we never doubted anybody's talents. Have we doubt anybody's talents? Every player, if they're playing in a Premier League, obviously has a pedigree to perform, because out of 200 nations, assuming each squad has up to 25 to 30 players, there are only 600 players in the world that are playing in Premier League.
Well, we have
So
had Paul Ponchinski, Jay Spearing. So I'm just
no,
saying.
sure, right, but I'm just saying that you're playing in the best league, and to so basically, you if you're playing a high level league, you obviously have those talents, and it is just about the confidence that you have. So when Liverpool was in shambles, Trent was in shambles, but when Liverpool does well, Trent also does well. So it is all about the confidence, and I think I did not think that he would do this well in midfield because he still is not off his defensive duties. If you look at it, he still has to
Hmm.
do his defense as well as come into the midfield. Although his position has helped other people to move freely into the spaces he leaves, and it's a transformation completely. I think I'm pretty sure it might have been just a punt, like, what can we do to Trent? And Trent came through academy as a midfielder, and then he
Yeah,
was built into a right back. And so it is always a good choice to send the player back to his basics, where his strengths are. And so I
yeah,
think Klopp might have just thought कि डाल के देखते हैं, like the season's already gone. If he fucks it up, sorry, if he shits the bag, then basically क्या जा रहा है? Like the season's already gone to dogs, right?
see,
Right.
So that tactical change worked for him. He understands midfield because that was his core competency. Like that's what he came up through. Right back he became because we never had a good right back. We were having problems with Nathaniel
Nathaniel
Klein,
Klein.
yeah, and all of these players. Klein was not very fit. He was very injury prone, and so we had to bring him. In fact, we got him at the age of 17 or 18 when 18, I think, when he played against United, his first game. And like
Yeah,
he's come up leaps and bounds from that. And but again, I would say it's just all about
see,
the confidence. He
see,
always had
see,
the talent.
see. The thing is,
People say that he is not a generational talent. They're wrong, completely wrong.
I
Because
agree. I
people
agree.
have people have phases of ups and downs, but if you don't think he's a generational talent in terms of passing ability, shooting ability, crossing ability, reading the game, I
Yeah,
don't
of
think
course,
I've
yes.
seen a better player than him. And to have the presence of mind to do corner taken quickly.
I know. I was about to say it. I swear I was about to say that. Baswar, you were saying something before I
see,
start to the
yeah,
predictions. You take.
I like the word Roshan used there, generational talent. Now he's a generational talent, yes, check mark on that one. But the reason why these generational talents live up to their expectations and become great players when they are, approaching 35, 30, and then look back at their career and, oh yes, I did something good, is there one, and there's one big reason for that is managers should not crop and change their positions
Right, right.
and put them in some different positions one season, change it completely. Not many players can do that. If you have a generational talent, you make the team build around him rather
Yeah,
than fitting
Right.
him as a jigsaw piece in one of your difficult 500 piece jigsaw puzzle. You should not do
Absolutely.
that.
I would not
So
I
have
agree.
assumed that Trent would enable Fabinho to play the way he's playing right now.
I know. I know. Absolutely. And I remember at the start of the season how much in
Sorry,
shambles
Vatsal, to cut
Fabinho
you
was.
between.
Huh.
yeah,
I
yeah, no, no,
remember.
no. That I completely agree with Roshan
Huh.
as well, because these kind of generational players make others tick as well.
Oh,
Right.
so good.
And
Absolutely. You see
and
at City, Kevin De Bruyne for that matter.
there you go. You have so many examples of these players. You have Martin Odegaard. I
Hmm.
don't see, like, he was considered a generational talent. He's showing glimpses of that at Arsenal. Like, look at the way
And
he controls
If
the midfield.
if
yeah,
Arsenal wins trophies in his captaincy, and if he is the architect of it, then I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure he
See,
can be in
I
that category.
I
we
agree.
we
And
have yeah. So that's why I'm concerned with these positional changings. Like Klopp, I know I never doubt Klopp, but I feel like he should give Trent his position. देख भाई ये तेरी जगह है, बाकी का मैं संभाल लूंगा, तू सिर्फ अपनी ये
हाँ,
पोजीशन पर संभाल.
sure,
That's
sure.
the way
right.
things should be rather than the other way around.
I
Exactly.
agree. I mean, for all these players, we can say that, as the Bai says, form is temporary, class is permanent. And
There you
that
go.
does apply for Trent Alexander-Arnold, players like Kevin De Bruyne. Abhi from Beat of Football says, need to give some bribe to Manchester United if you guys want to finish at UCL spot.
Yeah,
Sahi baat hai, absolutely.
उनको उनको
those
थियागो दे देते.
sellouts, those sellouts don't need any more money, to be
Actually,
honest.
guys, I'll ask you predictions for two matches. First,
Hmm.
I'll ask for Liverpool versus Aston Villa since it's going to be a very tough tie, in my opinion, at least.
Hmm.
Yeah,
So,
it is.
and also, I'm going to talk about your, what do you think about the Milan derby? What predictions you are, assuming for today? So, Roshan bhai, first I'll come to you.
Liverpool Villa.
अपन होम पर है.
वॉटकिंस मारता ही है यार, तो 2-1 आई वुड से. वॉटकिंस हमारे सामने हमेशा मारता है, so 2-1. एंड फॉर मिलान डार्बी, यू नो, आई वुड, I have hatred for AC Milan for some reason because of the
Even I do.
Champions Leagues.
मेरा बचपन का ट्रॉमा है इंजागी ने. आई रिमेम्बर आई वाज
हाँ,
इन
exactly those two,
स्कूल.
that 2007 फाइनल
ओ
में
भाई,
ऐसे सर पकड़ के बैठा बोला,
जब
what is
वो जब
happening?
वो प्लेयर्स कूद जाते हैं, जब फ्री किक मारा था उसने इंजागी
हाँ,
ने,
मैं
आई वाज
मैं
सो
बहुत
अपसेट.
मैं
when they
बहुत
were
छोट
2-0 up in the first half, I was like, why? Like,
या
क्यों हमने इतना अच्छा खेला पूरा सीजन and this is what we
2000
get to be.
2007 में अनफॉर्चुनेटली आई वाजंट इनटू
No,
फुटबॉल. मैं बहुत छोटा
I
था.
was watching
तो आई
Liverpool.
डोंट नो
नहीं,
एनीथिंग अबाउट दोस.
I was 7 years old. I was what 8 years old in 2007.
Oh,
Dude,
8 में
still
that
you
नहीं हुआ था.
remember?
हाँ, हाँ,
oh,
मैं
that
60 years की
Wow.
एज से देख रहा
that
Wow.
campaign was
हूँ.
very
हाँ,
crazy also for
या,
Liverpool. That whole
या.
campaign that they did in 2000. So that's why I want Inter Milan to win. Also, Inter Milan has a lot of redemption stories like Darmian, Mkhitaryan, Lukaku, and all of these
ये
players.
लिवरपूल की रिडेम्पशन स्टोरी है, थ्री वॉल वाली, ये जो पोस्टर
Uh,
है, ये थ्री वॉल
Oh,
वाला
nice.
है.
nice. So I think I'll go with Inter Milan, and I would say I would want Inter Milan to win the Champions League, like आगे जाके.
Even I hope so too, actually.
हाँ.
And Vatsal bhai, what do you think?
See, the thing is, अगर मेरे को पहले पूछा होता लिवरपूल वर्सेस विला, तो I would have said 2-1 as well. But since Roshan has already taken 2-1, I'll go with 3-1 because I believe in our forwards. But yeah, it's difficult to see us keeping clean sheet with the likes of Watkins there. Leon Bailey looks good. Jacob Ramsey. They have got good players, Aston Villa. And yeah. So yeah, 3-1 for me. Milan Derby, uh, least bothered. But but if I had to pick a winner, I think the tension between the two teams is so immense that I think it would be Inter Milan who will want to keep hold of that 2-0 lead rather than extend, in my opinion. So I'll go for a 1-1 draw and 3-1 Inter Milan aggregate win.
It's so
Yeah.
crazy though. They're playing in the same stadium. Home and
Yeah.
away is the same stadium.
I saw a lovely tweet on Twitter during the first leg was that people are going crazy. Oh, what a football heritage, in Mourinho's words. Yeah, if Milan Derby is there. But hang on, both of those teams have been absolutely rubbish in the last 10 years. Why are we hyping this fixture up so much?
DK. I mean, if you consider the phase where Liverpool and United were shit,
Yeah, yeah.
it is
भाई
still a
हमने तो यूरोपा
derby.
लीग या हमने तो यूरोपा लीग क्वार्टर फाइनल खेली है उन लोगों के साथ.
I know. But yeah, for me, I think I see Liverpool getting a 2-0 win. I know Aston Villa score करेगी बहुत लोग लिए, but I just see Liverpool, doing well because
Yes,
the end of the season.
and
And
it's a last
Milan,
home game in the end.
absolutely. And Firmino जाने वाला है worst part. And
For me,
उसके
it's
बाद
Milner.
yeah, and also yeah, Milner of course, and yeah, we don't have any Naby Keita fans in the house,
No
and
ops fans as well. No
yeah,
ops.
yeah, and come on, guys, how can you forget the goat Arthur? But
Oh yeah, Melo.
uh,
Yeah,
Melo.
Anukash, before we wrap things up, the game
Uh,
against Villa, I just remember is going to be very important for me personally because that's the game where I decide whether I need to fork out 3,000 rupees to buy a Liverpool kit because we are going to get that new shirt, right? So if that looks good, I will might purchase that. So
It is too good,
yeah.
man. It is really
Yeah,
good. I am
yeah,
going to
it is
buy
really
it.
good.
I will go. I'll buy.
fair
Or
enough. So
if somebody is listening, I would not mind
yeah.
a nice wedding gift. So if you're wanting to give me one, the
Oh,
new
हाँ यार वो
2023
आइडिया
24.
अच्छा है. लाइक एलएफसी अहमदाबाद कुड कंट्रीब्यूट यार. 3,000 रुपए तो निकाल ही सकते हैं. 3,000 रुपए तो.
oh,
Yeah,
nice. So
yeah.
when is the wedding?
It's in Hyderabad, December 6th, 23.
Oh, nice. क्या
कांग्रेट्स
बात है?
मैन.
Okay, सही है.
Thank you.
All of the earnings in this episode will be used for Roshan Bhai's wedding. Just
Thank
kidding,
you so
IFP
much.
के budget में जाएगा.
Or before we actually wrap all of this up, we didn't get time, but I think we also need to give our thanks to God Allison for being
Yeah,
the one who
abs-
he is. I mean, he's probably the only person who has consistently performed really well the whole season, where everybody has been dog crap. And yesterday's game was probably one better than Manuel Neuer's sweeper keeper game that I have seen.
Yeah.
So we
Yeah.
dedicate our season and Champions League to him. If we go, that would be crazy. Like this is the second time he has single-handedly given
he
us Champions League football.
he's that kind of a goalkeeper who doesn't have any weakness. Shot stopping brilliant, with the feet brilliant, sweeper keeper
Uh,
brilliant. Tell me what weakness he has apart from sometimes going cutting off his beard completely.
It is
but
crazy. It is crazy that if Brazil does not win a World Cup under him and Ederson
Yeah.
and all the
I
players that they have, that would be crazy. Like
like
that's a
I really
discussion
want
to
to
have, but yeah.
I really want to apologize to Anukarsh because I know these episodes are meant to be 20 minutes, but LFC Ahmedabad culture is so bad that we talk
Yeah.
about
We
bullshit all
infect
the time.
yeah, we
I,
infect you
it's not bullshit if you are Liverpool fans.
guys. That's
You know,
that's
life
it.
पे आज बोल दिया. That's
I'm
not
going
my
to
opinion. That's
zip
that's
my
the
mouth
points.
now.
Anyway, anyway, just kidding. Okay, thank you guys for joining in. It was
No
another
worries.
day, another great show with you guys, and I hope Liverpool can qualify for the top four because this is the only time of the week when I can stop the neutrality and start being a Liverpool fan in this YouTube live. So thank you for joining us,
Yeah.
and here's to
Same
another
here.
YouTube live very soon. Thanks, Vatsal bhai. Thanks, Roshan bhai.
See
No
you
Looking
worries,
guys.
man.
forward
See
to
you
the end
soon.
of the season.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.